So, if you're pretty sure you're going to be buying a house in the near term, I've recommended that you start speaking to a real estate agent about 6 months in advance. When should we start talking to our mortgage lender? I'm going to say also about 6 months in advance, or five and a half. And here's why: they're the person that is helping you get your loan to exist. Who you choose as your mortgage lender is one of the most critical choices that you're going to make in your home buying process. They can absolutely make or break your ability to buy a house, not just by whether or not they can give you the money, but whether or not they're educating you well about what your options are and why you're being given the options you are and why you're making the choices you want to make. I'm a big believer that you should find your real estate agent first and then shop several different mortgage lenders, especially ones that they recommend. People who are helping folks buy and sell houses all the time know who the good lenders are, and they are not going to recommend somebody who cannot help their clients make it across the finish line. The great thing about talking to a mortgage lender several months ahead of time before you're ready to buy is that in case there's anything surprising about that process for you, it's surprising 5 or 6 months before you wanted to move and not a couple weeks before you wanted to move. I have seen in my career super smart people be surprised by their credit report, how mortgage lending works, all kinds of stuff. Usually things in the credit report that they didn't know were there or they thought were gone, or finding out that your credit is way better than you thought it was, and maybe you qualify for a better mortgage than you thought you would. Whatever the variables, understanding what's true about your situation 6 months in advance allows you to plan appropriately for what you need to do when it's time to buy your house. If you talk to a lender 6 months before you wanted to move and you find out that it's just not really going to work, that gives you a chance to renew your lease or find another apartment or what have you and make plans accordingly. If you talk to a mortgage lender and they give you a really good idea of what you're going to be able to spend, that allows you to start your decision making process and your home buying process from a really solid foundation of good information about your specific financial picture. Your budget is one of the biggest considerations when you're buying a house. Having real information about that sooner rather than later, incredibly helpful.